into St. Faith's. It's lovely to be in here, and I hope in time there'll be news when we can all be back in here together. The place does look very Lentish, which was where we left it when lockdown began. Still very much at the heart of the worship of this parish. I propose over the next few weeks, once a week, to do a meditation on one of the Psalms. It's often said that every emotion we could ever possibly feel is contained in those 150 poems that stretch right back to the time of King David. Poems which describe anger, jealousy, fear, worry, elation. For the Benedictine monks, they recite them once a week, in effect, through their offices. And that is the kind of bulk of their scriptures in worship. I think St. Benedict had a good point there, because we tended to lose our way when people got disenchanted with chanted prayer book psalms. Those wonderful words were in effect lost to many, many people. And so today I'm going to look at some of the verses in Psalm 40. I'm going to begin with a Taizé chant. You may join in if you wish. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, keep watch, take heart. Psalm 40, verses 1, 2, 3. I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the desolate pit, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear, and put their trust in the Lord. We're all waiting at the moment, waiting for the end of lockdown, waiting to be able to see friends and loved ones, not at a distance, waiting to find some kind of normality in this life. Waiting can be very frustrating. When I think I was about 4, before I started school, I was waiting for the afternoon television to come on. For those of you that can remember back that far, the television wasn't on all the time. You had this thing called the test card, which was a picture of a girl with a rag doll and music that just kept going round and round and round and round. And so between lunchtime and the end of children's programmes and the start of children's programmes again, around 3:15, there was just nothing. And so, being practical, my mother turned the television off. Well, when you're 4, it got to 2:45, and that seemed an awful long time to have gone without a programme. And so I worried her and I said, "Is it time yet?" She said, "No," and showed me on the clock, which was on the Welsh dresser, where the hand needed to be. And as much as I watched that clock, it didn't seem to move. And then when it got to 3:10, I remember asking her again. She said, "No, it's not time yet. 3:15. And so, when she wasn't looking, I climbed first onto a chair, then onto the Welsh dresser, opened the front of the clock and moved the hand till 3:15. Then I closed the clock up, climbed back off the chair very quietly and ran to her and said, "It's 3:15. Well, you can guess. We got the test card. I suspect she probably realised what had happened a while later, but never said anything about it. We're often told as children that we need to be patient. And sometimes it's a good lesson. But waiting and being patient are hard work. And you can do patient in 2 different ways. The psalmist is looking for help in prayer, and the words reflect his very yearning and his very anxiety that he needed help from the Lord. Yearning is working. Being anxious is something that's very common to the human condition. And then there's apathy. That kind of state of mind where nothing matters anymore because nothing's going to happen. The psalm takes the first view, that the writer was looking for help, and he was sure, very, very sure, that the Lord would indeed bring it. Place that the writer was in, mentally I suspect, has been described as the pit of tumult. A desolate pit. Almost a nod to the Jewish belief that when you died, you went down to a place that was literally grey and colourless and lifeless. This other picture is that of a miry bog, or miry clay, as U2 translate it in their song based on this psalm. also with a working churchyard around me, I often saw what was below the surface. Unlike our local soil here, it's very sticky and gluey, and it sticks to your shoes, and it makes things dirty. The writer describes his experience in terms of literally getting your feet stuck in the mud. Remember when you were a child and you went through that muddy patch and the Wellington boot got left in the mud? It's that sort of stickiness, that sort of thing that literally drags you down. The Lord answered his prayer. And from that sticky glutinous, his feet found a rock. Something solid, something dry, something you could gain purchase on, making his steps secure. Speaks of someone who is on a journey, as we are, as we wait on the Lord, as we wait patiently. And God gives another gift to the person who's been through this dreadful experience. He gives them a new song to sing. A song which is different from the one that they've been singing. I suppose the equivalent of the blues. But a song of rejoicing, a song of praise to the God who's rescued him. And then the psalm takes a twist. It moves from being about one person to being about how this person's song can be a song for the whole of the community. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. And at this time, that is our prayer as we wait patiently, as we wait for God to remove us from that which pulls us down from people who we should be, to a God who, God willing, will give us a new song to sing that we can all share in together. It's been very noticeable on the television how the various videos of songs, which they amazingly seem to involve lots of people who are in lots of different places in, actually inspire. You can think of Major Tom's song, You'll Never Walk Alone, or some of the other ones that various writers have produced at this time. Songs which not only feel good for the person who wrote them, but actually lift the hearts of others. When we rejoice together, we will sing God a song of praise. I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the desolate pit, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Let us pause for a while and think about those words. Perhaps you'd like to pick a phrase and think about it graciously forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and